What is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Jay Bari, and I'm back with another video, live stream, whatever the hell you want to call it. Here to give you guys greatness once again, which is the PlayStation Nation, which is the PlayStation 4, and soon to become PlayStation 5. This is another episode of Speak from the Heart episode. I don't know. But what is good, guys? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through. Welcome to another episode, man, of Speak from the Heart, where we're going to be busting some gaming myths, talking about Bleeding Edge beta. And is PlayStation in trouble? What? What is good, guys? Yo, the Coon, what is good, man? Yo, Bit Cloud Gaming, what is good, my guy? Yo, T-Man Food, what is good, man? Envy Dub, what is up? Yo, Sam Ash, yo, I feel it for you, my brother. I feel it for you, man. Hey, man, get you a nice little family member. You know what I mean? Get their kids or whatever. Strike out a deal. Trust me, I feel you, man. I feel you. Yo, Salazar Naruto, what is up, man? My homie Sarge0079, what is good? That's my G Court. What is good, guys? Yo, G Junior, what is up, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through, man. Speak from the heart. We're gonna be talking about Bleeding Edge. We're gonna be busting some gaming myths. We're gonna be talking about, is PlayStation in trouble? Huh? You know what I mean? Everybody's pushing it. Everybody's talking about PlayStation. You know? PlayStation not showing this. PlayStation not and it's showing up here. PlayStation podcast. Shout out to my man Sick Human. You know what I mean? But we're gonna talk about all of that, guys. And like always, you know, Speak from the Heart is a open, you know, dialogue, you know, kind of podcast. So if you guys are in the Discord, go to the description below. Then you're going to see join my Discord. I should say join Speak from the Heart or something. I don't know. But the Discord link is in there. Hit the link, join up, and, you know, we'll have a discussion, man. I was going to have this much later on today, but, you know, I just pretty much took the day off from work. So I was like, you know what, let me let's do this much earlier within the day, so nighttime I'm free to play some Under Night in Birth. And I know a lot of you guys don't know what that game is. Man, listen, gamers, man. I'm sorry to inform you guys that your gaming, you know, palettes, your gaming choice. Yo, what?
PlayStation is doing what is right for the health of their employees, and I applaud them for that.
Respect. Yo, Caleb Kaiser, man, definitely appreciate the donation, man, saying PlayStation is doing what's right for the health of their employees, and I applaud them for that, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. And I agree with you, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, where you know, after this whole Bleeding Edge review. But to back what I was saying, man, a lot of y'all gaming, y'all gamers out there, y'all game palettes, y'all choice of gaming, it sucks, man. There's so much games that's out there that you guys can play, you know, which you don't play, which you don't buy, which you don't support. It's just crazy how you guys don't. Y'all say gamers, and then y'all always go back and talk about the past and how you love gaming in the past, and gaming was this, because you know what? As a kid, you tried out a lot of shit. You know what I mean? As a kid, you expanded your mind as far as playing a game. You know what I mean? You was like, oh shit, this box art looks cool. Oh damn, look at this game in this magazine. I'm going. Hopefully, I can borrow it from a friend, or my mom can buy it, or whatever. Whoever buy it. Nowadays, y'all niggas don't play shit. Yo, T-Man, don't start your shit, man. Yo, Chris Righteous, what's good, man? What is good? Definitely appreciate my guy, Chris Righteous, in the building, man. The best lists on YouTube is in here, man. But also, a lot of gamers, y'all ignorant, man. Y'all ignorant as hell. You know what I mean? There's so much information that come out about Final Fantasy VII Remake, but yet y'all want to divulge, y'all want to stay in ignorance about this game. Every damn week, every damn month, there's news about this game, and hardcore gamers, for some strange reason, they'd be like, oh, what? Well, I didn't know that. When this information has been there for months upon months upon months. I don't get how the fuck can people call themselves hardcore gamers here on this YouTube, right? On Twitter and all that stuff. They divulge, they're in LinkedIn, they're in these gaming forums, they're in these IGN forums, they are all over the forums looking and searching for news. But for a game, one of the biggest games to come out this year, they're clueless on it. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. You know what I mean? Yo, shit's crazy, man. Yo, Nick, what is good, man? What is good? You know what I mean? Like, yo, news came out. Final Fantasy is going to be 100 gigs, right? 100 plus gigs. And this been confirmed from E3 last year, right? This was E3 last year. This Yoshinori Kitase have confirmed this. You know, during that E3 Square Enix press conference that everybody was watching. So they reaffirmed that Final Fantasy is going to be a super large game, 100 gigs, over 100 gigs, and people are like, what? Huh? How could that be? How could you have 100 gigs for a 5-hour game? It is uncompressed movie files. It's uncompressed audio. Jeez Louise. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make this stuff up. And before we get to the show, I just want to tweet out something or show you guys something. And my man, shout out to my man Maximilian, dude. That's a cool dude. He pretty much just bitch slapped every single one of you idiots out there claiming this and that about Final Fantasy VII Remake. He pretty much just slapped He pretty much just slapped the living shit out of all y'all. Okay? Let me see if I can zoom in here on this.
I think somebody's
okay. Now I'm gonna play. Yo, Imaginary Enemy, what's good, man? I'm pretty much gonna play this real quick for you guys as Maximilian dude, you know, corrects a lot of these people that be putting out these false information out there about a game because they just want to hate on a game. You know, you have those contrarians that just want to hate on a game. So here's Maximilian dude, and I'm gonna play it real quick.
A funny thing somebody said. It's 100. I remember somebody saying it's 100 gigs because they have uncompressed 4K video files. As a video editor, do you have any idea how big 15 minutes, just 15 minutes of video is if it's uncompressed 4K? Are you high? Do you know how big uncompressed 4K video files are? I'm going to give you a number. And the number is 250 megabytes per second. Is about the bit rate of an uncompressed 4K video. Compressed is getting it down to like 20 megs a second. And all I'm saying is that if you're actually under the impression that those are uncompressed video files, you are crazy, dude. No, they're not uncompressed. They are going to
Oh, yeah, I was muted. Yo, good look, T man. Yo, I didn't even know. My bad, guys. But pretty much I was saying is that there's a lot of people that's saying a lot of stupid things about Final Fantasy 7 remake, and we're just gonna let those people be idiotic. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to stay in the they don't want to stay in that ignorance when there's tons of information about this game, and that is going to be side quests in the game. All of Midgar is going to be explorable. You know what I mean? Things like that. I don't know how people can get that this game is going to be 5 hours and that is uncompressed audio file. You know what I mean? Can you guys hear me now? I'm pretty much coming through now. My bad. I had to mute on there because I didn't want the bleeding edge sound come out through my headphones. But let me know if you guys can hear me now. You should be able to hear me now though. Let me know in the chat as it catches up. You should be able to hear me now though, for real. Because I see my mic volumes going up and down. Yo, somebody told me in the comment section that, yo, Bar, you need to stop screaming. You're hurting my eardrums. What I wanted to tell that guy is, you need to turn the damn music down, or to turn the volume down. Because I'm not going to stop screaming. Yo, Paul G, what is good, man? What is good? But yeah, basically, like I said, from what Max is saying, that is, these guys are high out here, man. They're high. They just want to hate on something because a lot of people out here are contrarians. A lot of people will always just try to point out the negative or try to find the negative in something when there's nothing to be hating on. There's nothing to be really hating on with this game. You know what I mean? If you decide not to buy Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's on you. But actually tell the truth of what's going on with the game. Don't be telling no falsely shit, because there's people like me that's going to see you on Twitter and I'm going to catch you and I'm going to roast you. Basically is what I'm saying. But this, before we start, I'm going to show you a little bit of On the Night in Birth, guys, because like I said, a lot of gamers, they're so close-minded when it comes to games. You know what I mean? Like, if you play third-person shooters, you know what I mean, and you don't get that much third-person shooters this generation, that's more of a you problem. You know what I mean? Call yourself a third-person shooter gamer. A lot of people go out and just generalize, you know, titles. I'm a gamer. But then when you bring up certain games, they'll be like, what the hell is that? I'm not playing that. That looks trash. This or that. Blah, 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 blah. This generation sucks. Like, you can't be coming out here with these blanket statements talking about generation sucks when there's so much games out here that you can play, but you don't try. It is asinine to me. Yo, Farrod, what's good, man? It is asinine to me that there's so much games that you can play, you can try, but you negate to play those games and then say the generation sucks. The fuck is going on out here? Yo, Yajiro, what is good, man? What is good? But here's a little bit of On the Knife in Birth, guys. This is the new character, Londrakia. And this is pretty much going to be my main character. I was just messing around with him a little bit. I pretty much did his trials this morning. And, oh, matter of fact, no, last night I did his trials. And this morning I was just playing around with him, just see what I can just create a little bit. But this is Londrakia right here. Ice-based character, which is already down my alley. This character got mix-ups. He got rekkas. He got set play. Really, really dope character. So from his rekka, from like his light rekka to his heavy, you can OTG off of, because you get a hard knockdown. You can OTG. So right here, what I missed is pretty much the OTG with down. Right here, I'm going to press 2B, but I was too late. See, this is a hard knockdown right here, guys. This is a hard knockdown. Normally, you know, anime games, you know, the Dragon Ball Fighters, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, you don't really have specific moves does hard knockdowns, right? Like specials and, you know, normals, but it's no different in On the Night in Birth, where there's a certain time it's going to take him to recover from here, right? So I missed the recovery time, and I missed the timing on my 2B, and his 2B is pretty good. Look at that. That 2B is pretty good, boy. See how you recovered here? So that completely whiffed, right? So See that? Now that's the OTG. He pops up, and I not bad damage right there, but I'm pretty much going to work on getting more damage here. You know what I mean? This is just short of 40%, but that's a lot of meter that I spent there just for 40%. You know what I mean? I'm trying to look for something that's a little bit more beefier. Pause. But yeah, Lundrekia, he's cool, man. I like him a lot. This is another combo. I think this is a trial combo here. Let me see, where is it at? Where did I upload it? Did I go here? That's a trial combo right there. But that did some damage too. That's 30%. That's pretty good. No meter spent. And right there, I did a CS, a chain shift. You know what I mean, giving me more advantage where I could, you know, easily link that, but I just didn't link it there. I'm just showing off that. But yeah, that's Under Night in Birth, man. Give these games a try, man. That's a fighting game. I know something different, but give these games a try, guys. They're pretty good. There's a lot of games out here that you guys can play. You don't have to simply play first-person shooters all the time, third-person shooters all the time. There's a lot of games. I love third-person shooters. I love first-person shooters. But there's many games out here that you guys can play. You know what I mean? I hate when I see stuff like that. This generation sucks and this and that. But then I see there's so much games that come out weekly, and people are like, nah, I'm good off that. It got to be in Game Pass. It got to be in Game Pass. Be like, yo, you know, yeah, I would never try this game before, but now it's in Game Pass. You know, it's just crazy. But once again, guys, welcome to Speak from the Heart. Like I said, no numbers on the titles. That's pretty much the title is going to be different. But this is an open chat, guys, where you guys can pretty much, you know, talk about the things that I'm talking about here. If you guys want to come into the chat, I have an open chat here where you guys can join in. The Discord is in the description below. But once again, I will put the Discord link in the chat because I want people to speak from their heart, man. You know what I mean? I want people to get their thoughts out there and to talk about these things that are coming up in gaming. And the first thing we're going to be talking about, guys, is Bleeding Edge. Yo, Support Gaming, what's up, man? What is up? Bleeding Edge, we're going to talk about some Bleeding Edge for a second, man, because the beta was last weekend. And I'm going to give my thoughts on the beta. Overall, yo, Bend Over Muffin TV, what's good, man? My man James in the building. Overall, I thought Bleeding Edge was a cool game. I don't think it was like a bad game at all. I thought the game had a lot of potential, and if they tackle a few of these things that I will be bringing up, yo, Walter, what's up, man? If they tackle a few of these things that I'll be bringing up, I think that Bleeding Edge is going to be on the right path as far as these hero-based, arena, melee shoot 'em up games. You know what I mean? It's not really a real genre in here. And by looking at the little panel here that you guys see here, you see there's 3 characters on here. These are the 3 characters that I mainly focus on. This is Nidhogger. I think his name is Nidhogger. I think that's his name. Something like that. The Rockstar guy. Gizmo and Damon. Pretty much when I play these games, I do like to be a DPS. I like to play as a DPS character because that just fits my play style, to be aggressive, to annoy the enemy team, to get these kills, and just to help up my team by doing as much damage as I can to the opposing team and being as annoying as I can so everybody can capture the objective or do the objective or stuff like that. That's pretty much what I like to do when I play these types of games. And the first character that I tried out was Gizmo, and right from the start I did not like her a lot because the range on this character sucks. And when I was talking about the range of this character, I was getting hit on Twitter saying that this character is strong. This character is great. She's one of the best characters in the game. I chuckled for a little bit because I was like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? Then I was hit with, oh, the range is good. If you use a mod, it increases the range on her GG gun. I knew they were lying. I knew they wasn't telling the truth. But back in my mind, I was just like, yo, it's funny to see how people are so quick to defend a game just because it's on a specific platform, rather than just trying to make the game good. Because that was my goal that whole weekend. It's not to bash Xbox. Yeah, we was having jokes here and there on me and Persona, and Nick was in there and stuff like that. But generally, we was enjoying our experiences with the game. But it wasn't like a perfect experience. There was things that I felt like this game needed help with, and one of the characters that I feel like this character needs some of the biggest buffs in the game is Gizmo, this girl right here, the girl in the middle. Because out of all the characters I really want to play is that character, and I feel like this character is severely outclassed in this game. Range sucks, mobility sucks, special ability sucks, and I just don't know how anybody can be like, yo, this character's amazing, this character's great. Can I do good with Gizmo? Sure. I don't think the Xbox side of things, the PC side of things, I don't think these guys are really that good at games. My last match was with Gizmo. If you guys look at my last stream, part 2 was with Gizmo, and I pretty much dominated with her. I'm not saying that you can't be good because you're playing against scrubby ass players. You're gonna do good, but when you play against the good players, you really feel the weaknesses of this character. Yo, Deal Mike Spartan God, what's good, man? Yo, Andre 6K, the real McCoy, what is up, bro? You know what I mean? And here's a few little points I'm going to talk about. If you guys played Bleeding Edge and you want to talk about it, you also can join the room as well. So here's a few things that I want to talk about with Bleeding Edge. These was my thoughts. This is me going into the Bleeding Edge community. This is me. And the funny thing about it, when I posted this on the Bleeding Edge community board, there's people giving me like constructive criticism, not constructive criticism, but they was actually agreeing with me. They was like, yeah, I agree with you on this point. I agree with you, but this might make it a little bit overpowered. They was actually having a good conversations. When I put these thoughts and opinions up here on Twitter, people was like, you're a pony, you don't know what you're talking about, blase blase blah. Craziness, right? Yo, Wavy, what's good, man? What is up? So here are some things I want to talk about with Bleeding Edge. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see a little bit better. So this is what I put on Twitter. You know what I mean? I put this in like the Bleeding Edge community, in the Bleeding Edge community like forum thing here on Twitter, but I really wanted to add the devs at Bleeding Edge. So I would like Bleeding Edge to get to the point where it's organized, chaotic fun. OCF. I know a lot of people was like, what the hell are you talking about? Organized, chaotic fun. Yes, the game is organized as far as there's rules and structures within the game that people will follow. There's going to be rules. There's going to be a certain meta in the game that, you know, if you follow this, you'd be all right. Right? Chaotic is for these characters being pretty much, fun to play. They have overpowered abilities, and I'm not just talking about one, I'm talking about all of them have overpowered abilities, but within that organized manner of the game and overall fun. I feel like if you have some organized and chaos in the game, eventually you have some fun in this game, because there's fun to be had in this game. You know what I mean? I'm not saying this game is not fun, but there's some fun to be had in this game. But if it was a little bit more chaotic, if it was a little bit more faster, if it was a little bit more characters were a little bit more overpowered, this game would be a lot more fun, in my opinion. This is my opinion, by the way. I feel like they were a little scared of making these characters overpowered, but I believe in Bleeding Edge. They have a good template, just got to get a little bit more risky, right? So here's some things that I wanted to address with Bleeding Edge as far as things that they can improve on. And a lot of people, I feel, they are going out their way to not hit these points because this game is on Xbox. And I don't understand how they could be playing this game for all these hours on the whole weekend and not bring these shits up. It's just asinine to me, right? So the network needs work. Yes, the net code is horrible, in my personal opinion. The game was pretty much 50-50. When I had a good connection with other players, the game was really, really fun. But when you start getting those Wi-Fi laggy ass bitches in this game, it was just a teleport mess. Everybody got a teleport ability and evade ability. That's just, they're gone. Craziness. They need to curate between Wi-Fi and wired. Many times the enemies are skipping and teleporting without having those abilities. The game speed need to be turned up. Respawns can be a little too long. Let's shorten that by 3 to 5 seconds. Maybe skippable kill replays. So in this game, if you die, you're gonna be stuck there to watch the actual kill cam that the whichever character killed you. So you're gonna be stuck there to watch it. You know, in other games like Call of Duty and whatever, you can skip that. Like, nah, I don't want to see that. Get me to the respawn waiting and get in there. But I feel like with this game, it's a little bit too long, where you gotta watch the kill cam, then you gotta wait like 10 seconds to respawn into the game. And it just creates an unbalance within the game, because you can't really help out your teammate because you're stuck in a respawn. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have that stuff where a little bit of wait, but the waiting is way too long. And there's some other stuff that I want to talk. I'm not going to bring up every single point here because I have evade stuff that I think I need to work on. But I just want to bring up the Gizmo stuff here. I want to bring up Gizmo because the Xbox community guys, they lied to me about this character. And I know they was lying because I was using this character. I was going through all the mods. I was pretty much on stream going through all the mods, and I showed you guys there's nothing in the modifications that increases her range on her GG gun. That's how I know people don't know the abilities in this game. They're not paying attention to the game. It's asinine to me. So here's my Gizmo buffs that I would like to happen in Bleeding Edge. Increase her range on the GG gun. Make it where the further you are, the less damage, but you still can be a threat at range. This character mobility sucks. So at the range where they want you to shoot in this game, pretty much anybody can just close the gap really, really quickly on Gizmo. If you're playing Damon, if you're playing the Nidhogger guy, if you're playing even the tank dudes, the El Bastard guy, you can just close the gap on this character and she is done. She has no defensive tools that could get her out of sticky situations in this game. She have a grenade that she throws, if you lock on to people and you throw the grenade, it will pull them towards the grenade, but that barely happens, where the pull is not that strong. It doesn't last long, so you're not really escaping anybody with Gizmo. Her dashes suck. That bouncer, this is another thing. The bouncer needs a buff where she bounces high, where she can bounce pretty much high enough, right, or higher. Once in the air by the bouncer, if she can stand in the air longer, if shooting. So if she's shooting and you bounce up with the bouncer, she can hover pretty much in the air a little bit while she's shooting. I feel like that's an ability that this character would need, because one, you can make it a more of a defensive option, and two, it could be an offensive option as well, as far as, you know, holding down a fort really quick, you know, as a ranged character. That makes her different, that makes her, you know, she pretty much is not like a character that people, it just gives her a little bit more spice to her game. Basically what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? I just feel like right now it's just like it's trash. Like if you play Overwatch, Pharah is a character that I love, because Pharah, she has an ability that she will go up in the air and you can just rain rockets on enemies. Yes, there's enemies that can shoot you, but you have the advantage up there, and it doesn't last forever. If it lasts forever, it'll be overpowered, right? But it lasts enough where you can be at least a threat on the map. And that's another thing. The maps suck in Bleeding Edge. But I don't think the game is like a bad game. I just want the game to be better, to be honest with you. I feel like they can make this game better. But with this community that we have out here, I don't feel that Bleeding Edge is going to be a game for the better. Yo, Porter Rock, what's good, man? I feel like this community wants to damage control, and they are so accepting of whatever because they haven't played a good game in a long time. And Bleeding Edge, they're trying to push this narrative like this game is amazing when it's not. It's a very fun game. I don't think it's a game that you play for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, but it's a very, very fun game. You know what I mean? Yo, someone give this man a super chat money so he can stop talking about bleeding trash. Yo, Porter Rock, man, I think the game is all right, man, but the community is gonna have this game dead on arrival, in my opinion, man. Dead on arrival, man. But yo, what's good, guys? But yeah, overall, I think the beta was you know, it was okay. I give it like a 6 out of 10, but that's a very positive 6 out of 10 in my opinion. I feel like it could be a much better game if they just take a little bit more risks with the final game. The game is too slow. It's a little too safe when it comes to these characters outside of these two. This punk rocker guy and Damon, those characters, I feel like those characters, they took all the risks with those characters. But everybody else, I feel like, you know, they were a little bit subdued and they're a little bit scared to make them like, you know, strong characters. But yeah, that's my beta review for Bleeding Edge, man. And yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah, 60 rated game. Yeah, right now I give it like a 6 out of 10. But I want it to be like an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, because I do feel that I need something to play on this Xbox side of things, man. And I feel like if they listen to fuck the Xbox community, if they listen to what I'm saying about this game, I'll be back to play this game more often. You know what I mean? Where I'll come back and play it on a PC and I'll play it on Xbox or whatever. You know what I mean? But right now, they just need to make it better. Yo, Drawn to Death was much better. Barry, what you think? It's been a long time since I played Drawn to Death, but Drawn to Death, I did like Drawn to Death too, man. Drawn to Death, they were very risky with that game as well. You know what I mean? Where I didn't feel like each character was just like underpowered. You know what I mean? Each character was good in their own certain way in Drawn to Death. Like where Bleeding Edge, I feel like, yo, I would never pick this Gizmo girl. And if I'm playing like a real competitive match, I would never pick this Gizmo girl. Like in Drawn to Death, it wouldn't matter what character I played, because most of the games is DPS characters and most of them felt good. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't really like Drawn to Death like that, but when it comes to the characters, I felt like the characters was Drawn to Death to me was like organized, chaotic fun. But Bleeding Edge can get there. They just gotta listen to what I'm saying. The best lisp on YouTube. Next, guys, I'm sorry to inform you all that PlayStation is in big trouble. And they're in big trouble in Little China. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to inform you guys that, you know, due to a tragic situation going on in China, the PlayStation is in trouble. You know, the PlayStation right now, guys, PlayStation brand right now, the Xbox has the momentum, regardless on how much games PlayStation 4 is coming out with this year at the end of the generation. Right now, Xbox has the momentum. I'm sorry. Regardless if Xbox have revealed the same information that PlayStation has revealed last year, you know, Xbox showed off how the console looks. Xbox showed off how their controller for the new Series X look. Xbox have shown off 2 cross-generational games. I'm sorry, guys. PlayStation. What? PlayStation's in trouble. But all right, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's be a little bit serious here, okay? I want to be a little bit. Can I get a little bit serious? Can I get a little bit serious with you guys? All right. So check this out. basically, PlayStation, they've been left and right saying that they're coming out of these events. They're not going to Evo, right? They just canceled PAX East. They're not going to GDC. A lot of fans is a little bit like in anticipation of how the PlayStation 5 is going to look, what games is coming out for the PlayStation 5 at launch. There's just a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of, not concerns, but, people just like curious as far as what PlayStation direction is going into. And then you have these news that's coming upon us right now with the PlayStation. So before I give my thoughts on this matter, before I start kicking a lot of these Xbox guys in the shin, let me actually give you guys the information that's going on when it comes to PlayStation and them leaving PAX East. So they put out a blog where they updated a blog article. Yo, you sound like Boomstick. Yo, where's T-Man? Where is T-Man Fu, man? T-Man Fu. The other day, I had a speak from the heart, and I asked these guys. I said, "Give me some Xbox podcasters that I can listen to." You know what I mean? So I can see how they think. You know what I mean? And he suggested that Boomstick guy to me. Yo, and I'm watching this guy's videos or this guy's show, Boomstick Gaming. Whatever his name is, Boomstick Gaming or whatever it is. I'm over here listening to this guy. And I'm like, who's this guy's audience? Is everybody that watches Boomstick show, the double barrel gaming show, anybody watch the show over 40? Yo, bro, listen, I'm not even trying to disrespect this man or what he does. I'm gonna get into his false narratives real quick, but yo, that's the way how this man, formulates, this way how he just talks. I feel like I was watching the Golden Girls, bro. Like, yo, T-Man, never suggest me to watch that man shit again. Okay, you came out here and you told me, yo, Bari, watch this man show if you want to see Xbox go crazy. I thought it was going to be some Xbox go crazy type shit, but this man is boring. My God. I almost got in trouble. And I'm a manager at work. I almost got in trouble. Okay? Because I was listening to this man's podcast and I almost fell asleep. I don't want to get in trouble saying I was sleeping on the job. Shit crazy. My man was like, yo, thank you for the wait, I can't mock him, yo. He's thank you for the amazing $2 super chat. Oh my God. Listen, I can't wait for the Xbox, and PlayStation is in trouble because PlayStation, they have nothing to show, and I love all platforms. I own a PlayStation. I have a level 12 PlayStation account. All right? But PlayStation is in trouble. Thanks for the amazing 99-cent super chat from the best mod in the chat. What the fuck is going on? Yo, this just is crazy out here, man. But yo, shout out to that guy. Anybody listen to him, man. But here's the update. Today, Sony Interactive Entertainment made the decision to cancel its participation at PAX East in Boston this year due to the increased concerns related to the COVID-19, also known as the novel coronavirus. We felt like this is the safest option as the situation is changing daily. We are disappointed to cancel our participation in this event, but the health and safety of our global workforce is our highest concern. And I'm in agreement with PlayStation here with that. Like, I feel like if you are concerned that your workers health is going to be compromised here by going to these events, I'm all for that. My thing is that it's just with all of the news and how the media is portraying PlayStation. We're seeing stuff about they're struggling for the price of the PlayStation. We're seeing all these things. They're not going to be at E3, and the PlayStation 5 is supposed to come out this year. Xbox have already shown their box, right? Haven't really revealed anything, nothing that PlayStation haven't revealed, but they just showed the box and the controller, so they got a leg up there as far as the next generation, as far as the audience being hype. So everything is going to be compared to what Xbox have done and what PlayStation is doing now. So when you see news like this coming out, and yes, I understand that there's the coronavirus. I know it's a big deal. I'm not disagreeing with that. I just feel like with all of these things hovering around PlayStation, it's kind of making them look like, what the fuck is going on? That's what I'm pretty much trying to say. Right now, I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on, man? Because here we got this update that they're not going to be at PAX East. PAX East was supposed to show a lot of stuff. Not only just The Last of Us they were supposed to show. Let me show you guys the PAX East lineup for PlayStation at what's going to be playable. So they was going to have below Cloudpunk, Doom Eternal, Dreams, Final Fantasy Remake, Genshin Impact, Gorn, Haven, The Last of Us Part 2, Iron Man VR, MLB The Show, Mosaic, Moving Out, Neo 2, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, Paper Beast, Persona 5 Royal, Pixel, Rip 95, Predator Hunting Grounds, Remnant, From the Ashes, The Room VR, Dark Matter, Space Channel 5, Spelunky 2, Trials of Manor, Zombie Army 4. All of this stuff is going to be playable, but now none of this stuff is going to be playable at PlayStation.
No, FF7 is going to be there.
Did Square confirm that it's still going to be there? Because from my understanding, I was hearing that it was going to be playable through the PlayStation booth at PAX East.
Yeah, yo, can you hear me? Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you, Chris. You can hear me?
Yeah. FF7 is still confirmed to be there.
Okay. So yeah, FF7 is still going to be there, but that's still a lot of stuff that's not going to be there, man. And like I said, I'm all for the health, the health and wealth for PlayStation workers. You don't want nobody out here contracting anything like the coronavirus. I get all of that, but I'm just talking about the overall hovering thing that's going around the PlayStation right now. Like the morale for PlayStation, regardless I'm not talking about the PlayStation 4. I'm talking about the PlayStation 5. Like the morale for that is like a little bit worrisome for me personally. And I think a lot of people will say that it's a little bit worrisome as well. What's your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of I'm not super worried about it, but it is a little bit concerning because they're still in the quiet, and then they have all these things going on, and then they're pulling out of first they pull out of E3, then they pull out of which I don't think they really need a E3, but they pull out PAX and GDCs for legitimate reasons. I mean, and they're not the only ones that's pulling out neither. There's like other companies like Facebook and other events here in America. Because some people be like, well, those other events that are being canceled around the world is because that's where the virus is more prevalent. But here in America, there's not a lot of that going on. So why would they cancel shows in America? But there was an article that came out yesterday that's saying that U.S. hospitals are preparing for coronavirus outbreaks. You know what I mean? So Sony's not the only one that is taking these things seriously. Like a whole bunch of other companies are taking it very seriously, and they don't want to risk the health because PAX East, right? It's in Boston, correct?
Yeah, it's in Boston. Yeah.
Okay, and which is what, a few hours away from New York, right? So New York, you get a lot of tourists. You get a lot of people coming in and out from all over the world, and some of them people are going to be going to PAX East. But there's a potential a threat there that that this virus could get spread out. I mean, hopefully it doesn't. If it doesn't, then that's good. But as far as what you were saying about the PlayStation morale, yeah, man, they just need to go ahead and just start giving us information. Like they just need to.
Yeah,
I think that
I feel like with this update that they give here, it was cool that they gave the update. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're not going to be at PAX East, but there was a game that everybody's anticipating, wanting to see, The Last of Us. You got to speak on that as well. You just say, oh, we're disappointed to cancel our participation in the event, but the health and safety of our global workforce is our highest concern. Fine and dandy, but speak about the things that was going to be shown there. Like, yo, are you going to be showing The Last of Us Part 2 demo somehow? Are you gonna be showing some Genshin Impact gameplay? Are you gonna show some Iron Man gameplay? Like, there's things that, yo, people was looking forward to hear other people play
yeah,
and talk about. Now we're not gonna get that, but
yeah,
PlayStation themselves is not saying anything as far as those games
right.
as well. Like that's my biggest concern.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely, I 100% agree. They definitely need to be a little bit more transparent. But this was just announced yesterday, so who knows? Maybe later on today, maybe next week, they'll probably, show more of those games that they're going to show. Maybe they're getting that ready, or maybe since they're not going to be showing up at some of these events because of it. As far as The Last of Us 2 goes, why don't they just release a demo like they did with the first Last of Us on
I,
PSN?
I don't
You
know if they're
know.
gonna release a demo, but I feel like they should actually show, like, the demo that people was gonna play at PAX East. That was like a
Was
off
the
screen
same demo, right?
demo that these media
Oh, okay.
sites they played, but they didn't really show off. They only showed like little segments here. I feel like they could just show that whole demo off. You know what I mean? Of the game, get people talking about it. You know what I mean? Now we're just getting,
Yeah.
oh, something was supposed to come out today. That's another thing. The Last of Us was supposed to come out today. We're not getting to see the demo or hear people talk about demo that's gonna be in this community that was gonna go there. And then you
Yeah.
hitting us with tweets like, oh, something was supposed to come out today. I can't remember what, or
Something's missing.
yeah,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
something's missing today. Yeah, Neil Druckmann. Yeah, I seen that tweet.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's just like, yo, it's also not funny. Like, yo, we're really waiting for this game. Like I get, like, a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't need to see anything more because they have shown so much.
Yeah,
Like,
we already seen enough. We've
yeah,
seen the
Square
whole.
has done their due diligence as far as, here's the information about this game. Here's what's going on. Where with The Last of Us that's supposed to come out this year, we're not really seeing anything. You know what I mean? We just gotta, what the media sites is talking about, not really seeing nothing like that. You know, it's just weird. Yo, when we meet, what's good, man? Dedicated servers, what's up? Yo, Iron Fist, what's up, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through, man. But I like,
Yeah, but I agree, man. They definitely need to, at least be more open about it because a lot of people were going to pass these for that reason alone. Like people were going to a lot of people were going to PAX East solely to play The Last of Us, and like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which thankfully that's still going to be there. I told Kid Smooth and BG, yo, y'all better play that. You know what I mean? If y'all going to be there, but
mm,
um, yeah, man, they definitely need to be more open. They're being a little bit uh too somebody brought this up last night. They're being a little bit too conservative right now. You know what I mean?
yeah, they're a little too conservative. When it comes to the PlayStation 5 thing, I'm not really that. I'm a little concerned with PlayStation 5, but I'm not concerned. If that make any sense? Where I feel like it's still
Nah, I'm the
February.
same way.
It's still February. It's still pretty early. I'm not out here rushing to get play. It would be nice to get it, but I'm not really like searching for PlayStation 5 news. As far as how much people it keeps tagging me or messaging me about PlayStation 5 news, like, just, I've heard so much about PlayStation 5. It's not even funny. It's getting a little bit annoying when people DM me and all that stuff, because it's not only on Twitter I'm getting DMs, it's on Facebook and other text messages. I get stuff about PlayStation 5 all the time. So when PlayStation 5, like, yeah, Sony come out with something official from them, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, that's what's up, but I'm not really in need of that. But you have games that's coming out where I just feel like you can promote a little bit more. Like Dreams is a game that I feel like you could have promoted that a little bit more. You have The Last of Us. I feel like we shouldn't have to wait for an event to play it, or to even get impressions of it, you should just have that up. You should have. They did that with Horizon. Like Horizon marketing was smart. They had demos of Horizon that's uploading on YouTube. It was ridiculous. You know what I mean? But The Last of Us, they were just being so coy. In fact, the game got delayed. That hurt a little bit as well. So I just felt like this year is still going to be an amazing year for PlayStation. It's just a few things that I feel that they could be a little bit more vocal on. And part of it is the fact that Xbox, you know, showed their console first or showed their stuff first. They was a little bit out of the norm of doing that, where it gets like PlayStation 5, you know, PlayStation fans on edge as far as what is PlayStation going to show next, or are they going to show their console? You know what I mean? We're getting rumors of this February event. There's no event going on. You know, things like that is where I'm a little bit concerned with PlayStation and the whole future thing about PlayStation bringing the games to PC. And I mean, to me, that's concerning as well. Like I want to get more information on that as well, because that's going to decide if I even get a PS5 or not. I mean, but that's just me.
Right. Yeah. Nah, man. I feel you, man. And it's not about like, you know, like Pharaoh said in the chat, we need patience. No, it's not that. It's just like they were gonna show off the demo for The Last of Us 2 next week, and so you know, and then they decided to pull out for legitimate reason, legitimate concerns. Like nobody should be upset about the reasons that they pulled out for, because it's a legitimate concerns, and they're not the only ones that's doing it as well, like the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that they can at least be like, okay, since we're not going to be at PAX, right, and we were going to show this demo off, let's just put the full demo out on YouTube, right, and release it, and then show a little bit more information. Maybe have Neil Druckmann, I don't know, comment on the demo, so we can get a little bit more information about, you know, what to expect when it comes to like the Last of Us 2 or whatnot. So it's just like, I don't know, yeah. I get what people are saying. Whatchamacallit? People are like concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, I think Sony is really under pressure and stressing internally. I think they're stressing right now because we got news that they're having a little bit of trouble with the pricing of the PlayStation 5, because some parts are costing a lot more than what they expected to. So they're not sure whether they want to price the console at $500 or potentially take a loss at $400. You know what I mean? Then we got all these high level execs being, you know, moved around. Yoshida is going to a different department. Sean Layden, for some reason, he left in a weird fashion. You got Jim Ryan that's new, so he's probably going to be handling stuff different. You know, and then you got this whole thing with like the coronavirus potentially harming the shipment or the production of the PlayStation 5 to come out this year. So there's just a lot of things in the air right now that I think Sony is really, really stressing right now. And I don't know what's going on with them internally, but something's going on, man. But I'm not worried about whether the PlayStation 5 is going to deliver or not, because I know for a fact that it is going to deliver because they have some of the best studios. But there's just a lot of things that's going around that it is a little bit concerning. So, and they're going to need to, you know, release some information here within the coming months and really like do like a full blown out detail on it. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's just people that's very curious of what's going on PlayStation as far as a lot of, you know, the higher ups, you know, changing. I personally don't feel that, you know, Shuhei changing his job title is a bad thing, because his job title been changed from when Sean Layden got there. You know what I mean? When Sean Layden was, you know, came in, he took the head of PlayStation first party studios over Shuhei. You know what I mean? So a lot of people were saying that, you know, Shuhei, you know, he got what you call it, a D rank, or he got he got depromoted to a job. That's something that he chose to be a part of, because Shuhei always pushed indie games. So, you know, in his career, he wanted to do that. So I don't see that as like a bad thing. But, you know, Jim Ryan, I definitely want to, you know, Jim Ryan, I feel like he needs to be a little bit more within the community. You know, he needs to get on Twitter. I feel like that's a huge component. Even Mark Cerny's on Twitter. Mark Cerny doesn't even look at like a people's person like that, but his ass is on Twitter. Jim Ryan, you need to get your ass on Twitter. You know what I mean? Regardless if you're tweeting out like that, because I remember when Sean Layden got on Twitter, he wasn't tweeting out like that. Now he's tweeting a little bit more, but he wasn't tweeting like that. But he still was seeing what, you know, fans can at him and see what he did, or people were saying, "Yo, Blue Mustang, what is good, man?" But yeah, I think PlayStation is having a strong year this year. You know what I mean? They're gonna finish out the year strong. You know, it's just people that's want to see the PlayStation 5. That's due to the fact that Xbox has announced it. You know what I mean? Xbox, they're trying to get out this generation as quickly as possible. Where PlayStation, they still have a lot of things that they still have to show with the PS4. So a lot of people is getting, you know, it's like a gift and a curse a little bit, where you're getting all these great games coming out for the PlayStation 4 to finish out the generation, but then with all the great games coming out for the PlayStation 4 to finish the generation, you're not really getting any PlayStation 5 news. You know what I mean? Or you're not really seeing the PlayStation or things like that. So it's a gift and a curse going out there. But is PlayStation in big trouble? Does Xbox have the momentum?
No.
Like how these Xbox guys are saying?
They're not in big trouble. They're not in big trouble at all. But hold up, I want to address something with the whole like the pricing of the console. You know, yeah, they could sell it for $500. I mean, that's a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna buy regardless how much it is, and a lot of hardcore PlayStation fans are gonna buy it for $500 no matter what at launch. You know,
that's a fact.
But they probably could just sell it at a loss of $400 and make it more appealing. But the whole thing was like them like trying to figure out or struggling with the whole pricing, because they can do it for $500, but if the Xbox Series X also launches at $500, and it turns out that the Series X is a little bit more powerful than the PlayStation 5, that can potentially. Well, I still think that the PlayStation 5 would still outsell more because people respect the brand more, but that could potentially be, you know, somewhat a little bit harmful to the PlayStation at launch, because now Microsoft can run with the idea, well, we're the same price and we're more powerful, you know, at the same time. So I think they could probably just sell it for $400, man, and take the loss, because they can just make all that money back with their subscription services with PS Now and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see how much powerful these consoles are.
If the PlayStation 5 drops at $500, the Xbox One Series X drops at $500, and the Xbox is more powerful, it doesn't matter. PlayStation will sell more. Doesn't matter.
I don't think. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. But
bro, it's still like a lot of people need to go off of. I like to go off of history. You still have the Xbox One X, and you have the PlayStation 4 Pro. Xbox One X ain't did nothing for the PlayStation. I mean, for Xbox. That console came out, they didn't win a generation. They first, MPD or anything like that. The first couple of months of the PS4 Pro, when that came out, it showed that they won that MPD due to the fact the PS4 Pro came out. You know what I mean? That's in MPDs that's showing that, you know what I mean, where Xbox, they haven't won anything. It doesn't, like, you know, to me personally, I think power does matter. Like, I would love to have PlayStation to be more powerful. I do think PlayStation still will become more powerful. I don't believe none of these Xbox I don't believe
anything either. I don't believe none of their rumors on either side.
Yeah, to be honest with you,
the
Xbox guys and those guys that's putting out these rumors on Xbox being more powerful and all that stuff, their track record is not even strong for them to even be putting out stuff and people saying that this is confirmed. Their track record, Xbox guys have always been wrong. From the days of Zaire, Crap Gamer, they have always been wrong. Nothing has changed now. Mm-hmm. Listen to the things that these guys have been saying this generation. They've been wrong all the time.
They're saying the same thing.
It's not going to change
Yeah.
when it comes to the next generation as well. Trust me. These guys are blinded. These guys are out here believing one set of rumors because it's in favor of Xbox, but then would deny, oh, this rumor is wrong and this rumor is crazy with the PlayStation when it's in favor of PlayStation.
With the PlayStation, yeah.
They're not level.
And I've been saying that's like, yo, I don't believe any rumors until the official specs comes out from both Microsoft and Sony. All these leaked rumors that are coming out of 4chan, and some of them could be legit, some of them could be fake. But I don't believe anything until the official specs comes out. And these people who are going around and running with these rumors, and they're so confident, right? There's just people that are just so confident that the Series X is going to be more powerful. You know what I mean? And
Yo,
this, that, and the third.
Look at this. Look at history. 2016, you know, the rumors was coming out about the PS4 Pro and the Scorpio for Xbox, right? 2016, Xbox in that show, they already have determined the strongest console out. The console came out a year after. The Pro came out,
and it was $100.
The Pro came out in 2016. So Xbox already confirmed that they're the strongest console a year out. So they know the information with the PlayStation 4. They know the information with the PS5 as well. They're not coming out and saying that they're the most strong. They're saying that they're most strongest Xbox
console, yeah.
They're very specific.
Most powerful Xbox console,
with the X, the Scorpio. They said that they're the most powerful without the console even being revealed like that in 2016. Come on, man. These guys are full of shit. You know, I like me personally. I personally think the PlayStation is going to be stronger than the Xbox Series X. There's you know, even after PlayStation, even after Xbox have shown their cards as far as how the console looks and they reveal the same information the PS5 look, PlayStation still haven't budged almost 3 months after. No response yet to that. If they were more powerful, please believe you would see a response to what they're saying. I don't believe these guys for shit. These guys are full of shit.
Yeah, to me, it's not. To me, I'm gonna get a PlayStation regardless because Sony, you know, they have gotten my confidence for me to invest in them more than any other consoles, more than Microsoft and more than Nintendo. Even though I do love Nintendo and I will get their consoles, but I definitely prefer Sony because they provide me with the games that I like to play. So regardless of who's powerful, regardless if the Series X turns out to be more powerful, it's not really going to matter to me. You know what I mean? Like it's not, because at the end of the day, we already seen base PS4 games that look better than Xbox One X games.
That's a fact.
You know? So it's all going to come down to talent. And then we already seen the studios that Microsoft has picked up. There's only like one studio from all the studios that they recently acquired that I would say, okay, you know what? I could see them making a great game. And that's Obsidian. You know what I mean? A lot of people would say Ninja Theory, but I've never been a fan of Ninja Theory. And they could come out with a great game. You know what I mean? Like, people love Ninja Theory. People like their games. They could, Hellblade 2 could be phenomenal. But I never really been a fan of Ninja Theory.
You want to hear the truth about these studios? Do you want to hear the truth?
What's up, man?
Do you want me to speak from the heart right now, Chris? All these studios,
man. Go ahead.
Microsoft has picked up their fan base. They don't like them. That's the truth about these studios. These studios, Ninja Theory, Obsidian, the people that's making Double Fine, all these studios, Xbox guys never liked their games before. That's 100% fact.
That's a fact.
All these guys that's saying these things about these studios now, before they were purchased by Xbox, they didn't like those studios. They wouldn't talk about none of their games. They weren't playing none of their games. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So these studio purchases doesn't mean nothing. You know what I mean? These guys come out here talking about it's about ecosystem. It's about building ecosystem. Well, PlayStation have the biggest ecosystem. It surpasses Steam with the monthly active users. Now that people, when it comes to PlayStation, they're bashing oh, that don't mean nothing. I can sign up a PSN and I'm an active user. So what that says about Xbox? Now it's about Game Pass. Game Pass is better than this, but nobody's mentioning any tangible numbers for Game Pass. A lot of these dudes don't care about none of this stuff. It's just because Microsoft is this, whatever Microsoft is talking about, that's what they're gonna say. They're like puppets. They don't care about none of this stuff, man. They don't care about none of these stuff.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And if these studios came out, right, with amazing games, right, that's on the Xbox, guess what? I don't limit myself. I'll buy an Xbox to play these games. So there's nothing to be scared about, like what this guy is saying in the chat. He thinks, there's nothing to be scared about. If these studios come out and they have a game that I'm looking at and I'm like, damn, I have to play that game. That game looks amazing. And guess what? I'm a grown ass adult. You know what I mean? I'm 30 years old. I get my own money. I'm gonna go out and buy an Xbox to play those games, or I can upgrade my PC because I need to upgrade my PC's graphics.
What have these studios shown for the games that you would go out to buy Xbox to play?
Right, we haven't seen anything in
Exactly.
They haven't shown me nothing at all right now. And right now, I don't really have that much confidence until they do. Not saying that they won't, but until they do. But they can buy all these studios, right? Like they bought a whole bunch of studios in the past 2 years, right? And we know all of them that they bought. From the Obsidians to the, what was it, Double Fine, Ninja Theory. Sony just acquired one studio, right, last year. And that one studio is better than all of those studios that they just acquired. Insomniac is a much better studio than all of those studios that they just acquired. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact.
You know what's one studio that they wish Xbox purchased? It's not Obsidian. It's not Ninja Theory. It's Insomniac. That's the studio Xbox guys wanted Xbox to purchase. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is more impactful to Xbox dudes than any of the 15 or whatever studios Xbox have bought, to be honest with you. So I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? They don't care about, I'm telling you, they don't care about none of them studios. They're not playing none of them games. None of them games that these studios coming out with, they're not playing them. Look at Bleeding Edge. Bleeding Edge came out with an open beta. You don't really see nobody in this community really talking about it except for a few people. All of the big mouth Xbox stinking guys, they want to talk about no Bleeding Edge. And that's one of the big games that they have on their list coming out this year, and not talking about it. Ori about to come out. 80% of the people that are hyping Ori right now didn't beat the original Ori. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're hyping it because is Xbox needs to get that hype. There's a plenty of I've listened to these guys on the podcast. It's like, well, I didn't beat the first Ori, but I'm super hyped for Ori too. I'm just like, damn. Is Ori? I've seen people confess that Ori is too hard of a game for them. But
too hard of a game, and that game looks phenomenal.
They're hyping up.
Ori 2 looks fire. Yeah, Ori 2 does look fire. You know what I mean? I definitely, cop it when it comes to the Switch. But yeah, man. So I mean, other than the Obsidian, because I did play the Outer Worlds recently, and I enjoyed the Outer Worlds. I thought it was a much better Fallout game than Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least like the Bethesda style RPG. So if they were to make an Outer Worlds 2, I think that can be a great game. Look, I think Xbox is going to be, as far as games, right, for next generations, I think they're going to be in a better position than they were this generation. But I still don't think that they're going to be producing quality levels as far as like what Nintendo and what Sony produces. You know what I mean? Until they actually show that. Not saying that they won't or that they can't, but right now we don't really have that much to go off of, from these studios other than Obsidian and other than Ninja Theory, right? And of course, like you got studios like Playgrounds, right? They make great Forza games, some of the best Forza games. You know what I mean? And then you got your 343 Industries, but we don't know how great Halo Infinite is going to be, because from what a lot of people tell me, a lot of Halo and Xbox fans tell me that the 343 Halos aren't the best ones. You know what I mean? Some of them are pissed off with some of the directions that Halo has been going with. Some people may disagree. Some people may love Halo, and that's fine. But we still got to see how Halo Infinite is going to turn out. So I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm not fully counting them out yet, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But as of right now, I don't have a lot of confidence in their studios other than Obsidian. So until we actually see what's coming out, which hopefully they show us, this E3 or whenever they do the Series X reveals, I have much more confidence in Sony studios like Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, or Nintendo's, like the people who make Zeldas, much more than I do the Xbox studios. And that's just not me hating. It's just going
Is
off.
that your
This guy was
preference?
saying no, but this guy was saying, well, they have history. Okay, but okay, so let's look at the history of what Xbox has been doing this entire generation. They haven't really been putting out a lot of quality, great games. They may have put out a few that people like, but it's been overwhelmingly just average to mediocre games. You may disagree with that, but that's the general consensus. So you can't blame us for being skeptical about the future of their of their library going forward
Hmm.
until they actually prove themselves. Once they prove themselves, then we could be like, you know what, Xbox, you came a long way. You got your ass whooped last generation, but guess what? Now they're producing actually good quality games.
Yo,
But
that
as of
that
right
that
now,
is
from what we're going off, go ahead, man.
that is one platform where you don't have to prove, like, how the community and how their fan base thinks. They don't have to prove nothing. They're like, yo, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. Like, you know what I mean? That's just Phil Spencer going out when it was XO 18 where he announced those studios. Just him saying that was good enough for them. Not the fact that they have to show off anything or nothing like that. Like when it comes to like a PlayStation fan or a Nintendo fan, they are more like, all right, prove to me, show me what you got. Where these Xbox guys, they just go on a leap of faith. Like they out here like Assassin's Creed, where you jumping out and you and you about to go into the little hay pile. That's how these Xbox guys are, man. We just leaping of faith, man. It's crazy. And I'm saying that stuff because based off the things that people, how they speak on Xbox, like the demand for PlayStation, the demand for like Nintendo is super super high. But Xbox is just like, you know, it's everything's gonna be fine. Phil said this. You know what I mean? Let's look at Game Pass. I'm not, like I said, I always bring up Game Pass. I'm not trying to knock Game Pass. I think Game Pass is a good service. But with Game Pass, they don't need to put any information out there to show that this service is actually successful. Just go word of mouth from Phil Spencer.
Okay, hold on. Let me
with
say that.
PS Now,
Hey,
they want everything.
so you're spinning facts, right? So show us the facts on how we're scared.
Who you talking about? The dude, Master Jazz?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and explain to me the actual facts on why will we be scared as two grown adults who can buy these things.
Yeah, I'm not scared of Xbox. The funny thing about
No, but
Xbox,
he's saying we're fanboys that sound scared. So and he's spitting facts. So go ahead and explain the facts on why we're scared.
the funny thing about Xbox, I want Xbox to do good. Why you think I'm going so hard on Bleeding Edge? You know what I mean? Like I put out that stuff there for Bleeding Edge because I want Xbox to actually, do good. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be talking about this game like that if I don't want the game to be good. I just feel like, yo, this community, these guys, it doesn't matter of this community right here is so weird where just because the game is on Xbox, they will defend it rather than trying to
Yeah.
make the game better. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
look at
exactly.
this shit. Look
Or
who's writing about Bleeding Edge like this, huh? Tell me who's writing about Bleeding Edge like this, giving actual
or
information
because
to these devs.
or because we're criticizing Xbox. But here's the thing, right? Check this out. Right? I'm known around the community as a PlayStation guy. But here's the thing is that, and I've said this before, it's probably going to shock some of you, right? When you be like, how you a PlayStation guy, but you bought this at launch? Guess what? I bought an Xbox One at launch over the PlayStation 4, right? One of the reasons, obviously, because the PlayStation 4 was sold out because I didn't pre-order it, right? And the second reason is because I was more interested in the launch games like Killer Instinct, Dead Rising 3, and Titanfall than I was interested in Knack, Killzone, and Titanfall. So I gave Microsoft a chance, even with all of the negative press that was going around, even them being weaker and having to connect. I gave them the chance at the beginning of the generation, even though I knew that, you know what I mean, as soon as a year or 2 years out, Sony's going to start delivering the games that I want. And as soon as they come out with the games that I want, I'm just going to go ahead and buy the PlayStation 4. And that's going to be my primary console of choice, which that happened. You know what I mean? And I knew that Xbox was going to, they blow all their loads off in the beginning, and then right after that, they start falling off. I knew that's what's going to happen. And I told Zaire this because I used to get in Skype calls with Zaire. So just because we're criticizing Xbox, just because we want them to do better, has nothing to do with us hating on them. No, because we're not hating on Xbox.
Yo, Chris.
Hold on, but we're just gamers who just wants all these companies to provide us with unique experience, with unique quality AAA games that are on the same level as these God of Wars, these Last of Us, the Legend of Zelda, the freaking Super Mario Odysseys. And right now, Xbox hasn't been really delivering none of that this generation. They just haven't. They haven't produced a Game of the Year quality game for a long time. None of their games have been nominated for Game of the Year this entire generation. You might feel different. You might play games, right, that you feel, oh, this is my Game of the Year and stuff like that. But the general consensus of most people who's playing these games, they're not really feeling the games like that. And that's something that PlayStation and Nintendo has continued to deliver. And we just want Microsoft to get in that same level so that we all benefit at the end as gamers.
Yo, Pharaoh, I was about to say the same thing, bruh. I was about to say this dude think we hating on Xbox. Yeah, I'm hating on Xbox. Fuck Xbox. That shit is garbage. You know what I mean? Chris is being real nice about it, but I don't know who the fuck is this guy anyway. At the end of the day, Xbox is not delivering with what majority of gamers want. This is why
they're not delivering.
They're in the last place when it comes to these consoles. This is why
they're not delivering. Jay Barry hates them. Yeah, they're not delivering. Jay Barry hates them, but I really don't hate them.
Nah,
I really don't hate them.
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't hate Xbox. You know what I mean? Like, I've bought 3 of them shits this generation. I don't hate Xbox. I've gave Xbox like a lot of chances this generation. I wouldn't go out there and buy 3 Xboxes if I hated it. I wouldn't go out there buying Elite controllers and their games like that if I hated them. I don't hate Xbox. I don't feel like Xbox has been very disappointed, where I just feel like people are just blindly covering up for this platform when it's not offering them anything out from a first party standpoint. I feel like a first party standpoint is weak. Anybody can play multi-plat. You know what I mean? Anybody can play a Call of Duty on whatever platform. But what is setting this platform different? These games are hot garbage. For the last almost 4 years now, since 2016, I feel like Xbox have been hot garbage. I don't know how people defending this platform. I don't know how people are on these high horses when it comes to this platform. I don't know how people are using Game Pass as something beneficial to this platform. I'm talking about, oh, they offer their first party games day and date on Game Pass. Who gives a fuck? Their first party games are hot garbage. They've been offering their first party games day and date since the beginning. They've been hot garbage. You've been playing Sea of Thieves, State of Decay from the beginning of Game Pass conception. It's been hot garbage. You got Crackdown 3 day and date, hot garbage. You got one game that people like, or the media like, that Forza Horizon. And I put this on Twitter about Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is a great game that nobody's going to play. Nobody is playing Forza Horizon. They wasn't playing it when it came out. They're not playing it right now. They're not playing it ever. They haven't been playing no damn Forza Horizon. I put that, if you look for that tweet, bro, JBarry_TOA, and look up Forza Horizon 4 with it. I put it, Forza Horizon, great game that nobody plays. Nobody is playing that shit. I don't care if you are putting your games day and date on this service where you're offering hot garbage.
Yeah, I had to step away from my desk for a second.
Hot garbage.
Wait. Wait a second. What's good with Buddy right now? I'm in the hallway in my job. I'm listening to the podcast, chilling. I'm about to get out of work. Yo, Jazz, what's the problem, bro? Do you not understand that Xbox just ain't it this gen?
Hot
I mean,
garbage.
we've been having this conversation. We've been having this conversation since 2014. You feel me? Now, again, am I a fanboy because I feel a platform that isn't my preference ain't doing good enough? Or am I a fanboy because you hate the fact that I'm telling you that your platform ain't doing good enough, all while you smile and saying, yes, master, that's all I want. That's all I need. Listen, bro, get up off your high horse, open your eyes, clean the crust from your eyes, and you will see that Xbox ain't it this gen.
That's
just it.
my issue. I don't know how these guys are on this high horse with this platform. You can like Xbox. I'm not saying that nobody cannot like Xbox. But the way how these guys speak, the way how they convey themselves is like, yo, the Xbox is like in an upper echelon tier of gaming.
But that's what I'm saying.
These motherfuckers,
This is
they
what
love Phil Spencer more than the first party output because it's hot garbage.
That's what I'm trying to say, though, bro. That's the issue here, man. And it's like, yo, I'm gonna keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. Not because it's fun to make fun of Xbox, but because I love games.
Oh, you cut out.
Uh-oh. Where'd Barry go?
Oh, no, you back now, but you cut it out a little bit. You cut it out a little bit.
I cut out?
Yeah, a little bit.
I said, I'm not making fun of actually make fun of Xbox because I'm
Oh, you breaking up. You breaking up hard.
Yeah, you break. Yeah.
Yo, man, listen. I'm in the city. You already know how it is in the city.
Yo, Persona, people are calling this generation the worst generation. It's not because it's PlayStation. It's not because of Nintendo. It's because of Xbox. People are saying that shit because they're offering hot garbage.
That's a fact, and that's the problem, man. It's like, yo, they buy all these studios, and like, people praise that, and I'm like, all right, cool. You making money moves, making business moves, cool. But what makes you guys fake is I'll use Ninja Theory. You people dog walk Ninja Theory with that Hellblade 1. I see fools just now beat after that Hellblade 2. What?
They said they had that Sony template that all you do is walk around. It was
It's
that
a
Sony
walk.
template.
But you see what I mean? This is the problem here, man. I play games because I enjoy them. You feel me? I take chances on games. I don't care what platform. Just this past weekend, me and Barry for 2 days straight was playing Bleeding Edge. Not because, so we could validate making fun of Xbox, but because the game was looking intriguing and you want to see what's up. And in playing the game, you realize the game is ass. You see what I'm saying? Look, PlayStation. I mean,
Yeah, you bodying hard, man.
Yeah, you bring it up crazy.
Xbox is what? Say it, Barry. Hot. So it's bad.
Yeah, you're
But I just had to say that. Yo, Jazz, stop acting up, man. Stop acting.
Yo, Shad the Ghost was good, man. Like, he can come in here if he want. He don't want to come up in here because you know that shit hot garbage. And I mean, like, that's what that's just my issue. You know what I mean, with the Xbox community. It's just like, I don't know how you're on this high horse. You know what I mean, because of Game Pass. Game Pass, like I said, good service. I'm not knocking Game Pass, but these guys will knock the hell out of PlayStation now, but they will praise Game Pass because they're offering first party games day and date, and these first party games are not good. They're not good, man. You're getting subpar first party games that's not even complete, and you're just accepting it because you paid $1 for 3 years of Game Pass. Straight like, yo, really and truly, what's the best game that they offered through Game Pass that's Microsoft made first party, and that's on Game Pass day and date, and that's Forza Horizon. Who's talking about Forza Horizon, Chris? Nobody
knows this. It's like when Bleeding Edge comes out, right? Um, that game, that a lot of these folks ain't gonna be playing that game past maybe a few weeks. After that, they're gonna drop it. They're gonna come.
They're not gonna be playing Bleeding Edge. Yo, really, truly, yeah, I was joking and I was doing my little troll on Bleeding Edge, but I was also giving like my real opinions on the game. And these dudes were telling me shit, straight lying to me. I know they were lying to. I was just laughing on Twitter, Chris. These dudes were telling me that this character can get her range buffed through modifications. Nothing in that modification list shows anything to buff her Gatling gun. You know what I mean? And these dudes was telling me that. And I'm looking at this, yo, these dudes would rather sit down here and tell you a straight lie just so they can defend the game on Xbox rather than just trying to make the game better or make it more fun or just be critical. And it's the same thing with PlayStation. PlayStation come out with a game and it's like that.
You can't.
I'm going to be critical. I'm going to tell them like, yo, this can make it better here.
But you can't be critical over an Xbox game because you're just hating. Saying. And you're just a stupid Sony fanboy who hates everything on Microsoft. But if we were here, we're telling lies and we're hating, right? But if we were here praising Xbox, we were saying, "Yo, Bleeding Edge is amazing. Yo, Crackdown 3 was fun." You wouldn't be saying that we're lying or anything like that. You would take our opinions as facts.
Yo,
you know what I mean? If we were here,
he'd have subscribed to the channel. He'd have followed me on Twitter. He'd have like, yo, what's your Xbox gamer tag, man? Let's go in a party chat. That's how these guys are, man. My favorite game, one of my favorite games to play is Call of Duty. And I'm people don't understand this with me. Like, they call me fanboy and all that shit. But the things that I love, the things that I care about, the things that I like to play and you know, the products that I love, I'm very critical about it. I love Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty all the time. But I'm very, very critical of Call of Duty. Every year. I love PlayStation I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I'm very critical. There's a lot of things I say about PlayStation that I know people don't agree with me on. They're like, what the fuck is Jay Parker talking about? But I'm very critical with the things that I like. I don't know what the fuck these guys talking about. But anyways, we're going to move it along because we have some myths to bust. Pause. And I wouldn't be the best listener on YouTube if I didn't say myths the way I say myths. Okay. Oh, damn. What I did here. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. So one of the myths that I want to bust, you know, and Chris, you brought this up where you talk about the launch games of PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, right? A lot of people go out here and tell you that Xbox was offering more games than PlayStation in the first years that it launched. And when I talk about more games, I'm specifically talking about exclusives. Now, I always, you know, went on these podcasts. If you guys remember, I was on Zaire podcast. I'm just like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? Xbox is not offering more than PlayStation. They don't have more exclusives than PlayStation. You know what I mean? I've always been saying this, like, yo, these Xbox is not offering more than PlayStation. It's just people, they don't want to play those games that are coming out on PlayStation. In 2020, they want to play those type of games that was coming out on PlayStation at its launch, at its first 3 years. But not before. They didn't want to play that. They hated those indies. They hated these Japanese games. They hated that stuff, right? So we're gonna bust these myths. We're gonna bust these myths. So PlayStation launch title. We're gonna talk about launch. We're gonna talk about the first 3 years that these consoles was out. Xbox One and PlayStation, right? PlayStation exclusive wise, I'm not gonna really talk about. I'm gonna miss a lot of these games here, but I'm just gonna bring up the exclusives, right? First party output, third party exclusive games, and it's not gonna be in order. This is just the first 3 years, and you guys tell me who had the better first 3 years when these consoles came out. PlayStation, Counter Spy, Doki Doki. Now I ain't gonna mention Doki Doki. Drive Club. Right? Flow, Hohokum, Infamous Second Son. Scrolling down here. Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Resogun, Transistor. Let me see here. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Warframe. The Playroom. I said Knack. I said Infamous. I said Killzone. Bloodborne, The Order 1886, Uncharted 4, DC Universe Online, Blacklight Retribution. These games were the first three. I said Resogun. These games are the first 3 years of the PlayStation console. All those games: Bloodborne, The Order, Uncharted 4, Infamous Second Son, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Drive Club, Warframe, DC Universe Online. Some of these games are on Xbox now, but I'm just talking about the first 3 years, right? First 3 years. And like I said, there's a lot of smaller games like Flower. There's games like Flow, Hohokam, small little titles that people used to bash. Indie Station 4, blah blah blah.
Indie Station 4, yep.
And that's like first party type games. They had other games like Tales of Zestiria. They had games like the Yakuza Kiwami and Zero.
Fire.
I'm missing some. I know I'm missing a lot of the Japanese games that came out the first couple of years of PlayStation, but I know there's a lot of those games that came out. So let me try to scroll and find them here. And these games were exclusive on PlayStation the first 3 years. Matter of fact, VR came out the first 3 years. So that's Riggs, that's Batman Arkham VR. You had games like Battle Zones, the tank game that came out in VR. Remember, VR came out in 2016.
Salazar mentioned Until Dawn and Disgaea 5.
Oh yeah, Until Dawn, Disgaea 5, right? PlanetSide. Well, PlanetSide did come out later on both consoles.
Yeah, PlanetSide was on the PS3. No, PlanetSide never came out on the Xbox. That was PlayStation.
It didn't come out on Xbox? Okay.
No, that was PlayStation and PC. Because I believe that was like a Sony online interactive game.
Mm-hmm.
PlanetSide 2.
Okay, and then you had Uncharted, the collection that came out for PS5. Last of Us Remastered came out for PS4, right? So all those games that came out, a lot of those games were great games that came out the first 3 years. Plus, you also had a new peripheral with exclusive games that came out that year, 2016. So I'm talking about 2013 to 2016. Xbox now. Let me list the games that came out for Xbox for the first 3 years. And a lot of people, I don't know why people keep saying this. Xbox had the better year. In my personal opinion, I didn't feel like they had a better year. Yeah, some good games there, but they didn't have a better year. So you had Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising 3, The Fighter Within, Forza Motorsport. You had Killer Instinct, Loco Cycle, Power Star Golf, Rise Son of Rome. You had Zoo Tycoon, Xbox Fitness, Titanfall,
Killer Instinct,
Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, I said Killer Instinct. Sunset Overdrive, Project Spark, Connect Sports, Halo Master Chief Collection, 20 and Quantum Break, and Gears 4. First 3 years of PlayStation, first 3 years of Xbox for those games. You tell me which first 3 years was better to you, in your opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but which year was better in your opinion? PlayStation 4 or Xbox? And like I said, there's a lot of shit that I'm missing for PlayStation 4. I know that for a fact.
So we're talking about the first 3 years, right?
First 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, if you count the entirety of the first 3 years, obviously PlayStation, because Bloodborne was like the best game that I played when that came out. Of course, Uncharted 4, and like you were saying, like the Yakuza games. When it comes to Xbox, I was more interested. Like I said before, I was more interested in their launch games when it came to like Killer Instinct, Dead Rising, and Titanfall. Like those 3 games, I was like, yo, these 3 games look dope. I really want to play these. fucking PlayStation 4 sold out, so let me go ahead and cop an Xbox because I was, like, we were in a very long generation, and I was just like, I just want to hurry up and I just want to get a next generation console. I don't care what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I set up for the Xbox. But you know how long I had an Xbox One? I only had it for literally like 7 months. And then I sold it and got a PC. I sold it and got a PC because I was disappointed in it. But yeah, for like the first 6 months, I was definitely more interested in the Xbox launch games than I was the PS4 launch games. That's me keeping it real. But as far as like as the years went by, if we're counting all 3 years, yeah, the PlayStation definitely had a superior library of games than the Xbox. They couldn't just keep up after like the first 6 months to a year.
Like, look at 2014, right? This is the first year that came out for PlayStation and the first year for Xbox. 2014, right? 2014. 1 second. 2014, I felt like Xbox had a good year. 2014, Sunset Overdrive came out in 2015, right? 2015 was a crazy ass year for PlayStation. 2015, where The Order, Bloodborne came out, Drive Club came out, which kind of had a rocky start there. You had 2016, you had Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, Infamous second, what's the other game? What's it called? First Light. Until Dawn was 2015 as well. DLC, yeah, Until Dawn was 2015 as well. And they had a lot of smaller games like Alien Nation that came out for PlayStation. Ridiculous games, man.
Yeah, they had a lot of indie games. Yeah, they were pushing indie games like crazy. Like the first 2 years of PlayStation, they were pushing all these like unique indie games and whatnot. So
like 2014, like PlayStation had a lot of like remakes came out. They had Infamous. They had the Last of Us. I think Uncharted Collection came out 2015. But yeah, when you look at 2014, the first year, Xbox had a better year with Titanfall. They had what's Halo Master Chief Collection 2014? They had Forza.
No, I think
Forza
that was
Horizon was 2014.
2015. When did Tomb Raider come out for the Xbox?
Tomb Raider was 2015.
15. Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, Sunset Overdrive was 2014. Yeah. So yeah, it's not by a lot. I think Halo Master Chief was 2014 as well. So PlayStation had Little Big Planet 3. Ori came out 2014 or 2015.
I think Ori came out 2017, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it did.
Ori came out either 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, it gets delayed. Yeah, I give Xbox 2014. But when it came to me personally, the launch lineup, I think PlayStation, in my personal opinion, was better. 2014, PlayStation had a better lineup, even though one of my favorite games came out 2014. That's Infamous for PlayStation. 2015, I think Xbox got smacked. 2016, Xbox got smacked. And yet, like overall, to me personally, PlayStation had a better first 3 years. That everybody keeps saying that Xbox had a better 3 years. I don't think they did. Like PlayStation, you had a lot of games, a lot of first party games, a lot of third party games, and they came out with VR, and those games came out, later in 2016. Where Xbox, you still had the Halo, it came out, the Gears, the Forzas, but I still think PlayStation had a way better years than
like I said, I give Xbox the first year. I'll give them the first year over the PlayStation, in my opinion. But after that, from 2015 to now, it's all it was PlayStation.
Look at these launch
2017, I'll definitely give it to Nintendo, man, because that Breath of the Wild was fire, and Mario Odyssey was good, and Splatoon 2.
Nah, I can't give it to Nintendo.
But other than that, man.
2017, I felt like 2017 was a great year for Nintendo, but not better than PlayStation for me. PlayStation that beginning of the year, I barely played. Breath of the Wild is a new game. You had Horizon, Persona, Tales of Berseria,
Nier Automata.
Nah, Kingdom Hearts came back out.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. When it comes to like the quantity of the games, yeah, I definitely agree. PlayStation did have the best year out of all of them that year. Uh,
Breath of the
but
Wild to me is a
Nintendo,
good game, but
Nintendo, yeah, but Nintendo did. Like Breath of the Wild was my game of the year that year. Like I love that game. That was my game of the year of 2017 over Horizon and over this other game. Even though I loved Horizon, I loved I like Persona, I like Near Automata was great and stuff like that. But definitely that Breath of the Wild was my game of the year. And Splatoon 2 actually surprised me. I didn't expect to like that. It came with a bundle that I got when I bought my Switch. Um,
yeah, I ain't played
but
Splatoon
yo,
2.
that game is actually fun, man. That's actually a skillful online shooter. I was surprised about it. People make fun of it because there's a bunch of paintball shooting everywhere. But
Nah,
Splatoon 2 was
Splatoon
actually
was fun on the Wii U. I didn't
yeah,
play
I
Splatoon
never
2
had the
though.
Wii. Yeah,
Yo,
it was
Craig,
actually
what's
my
good,
sleeper
man?
hit for that.
But yeah, I'm gonna read off these Xbox uh launch games, man. Like, hey, when you really look at it, like, yo, these launch games was trash. Crimson Dragon, hot garbage. Dead Rising 3, hot garbage. The Fighter
Nah,
Within,
that Resident Evil was good. I
hot
disagree with you on that.
garbage.
I like Dead Rising 3. I
Dead
thought it was
Rising,
good.
I didn't like it. I'm not a fan of Dead Rising, so that's probably because of biasness. I never liked Dead Rising.
Yeah,
My first Dead
I
Rising
like
was
the Dead
2
Rising games.
on PS3. I got the collector's edition with the pen, the little syringe thing.
And
I didn't like the game.
what's the problem with I've heard you speak on them before. What's the problem with Killer Instinct, man? Yo, Killer Instinct is a dope
I
fighting
don't think
game,
Killer
bro.
Instinct is bad. I don't
Killing,
think Killer Instinct is bad. I think Killer Instinct is a very fun game. I just back then I didn't learn it, but now I've actually learned the game. It's much deeper than I thought it was. You know, I just felt like I always thought it was like a button masher type game, but it's much deeper than
but Masher, nah,
much
nah.
deeper
You can
than
do a
that.
lot of like manual strings, and there's a lot of mind games that goes into it. It's very layered.
Well,
It has what you call it, an easy barrier of entry, but once you start ranking up, it gets a lot more like layered than what
yeah,
it first
like
appears.
I think it's a good game. We actually hosted a tournament for Killer Instinct, was lit. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking Killer Instinct. But Dead Rising, I'll knock that shit. Fighting Within, trash. Forza Horizon,
Yeah,
very good game. Killer Instinct, good game. Local Cycle, trash. Power Star Golf, this game was all right. Rise Sun and Rome, I thought Rise was an all right game. I don't think people be like, oh,
yeah, that
Rise
was
is,
okay.
it was okay at best. Xbox Fitness was cool.
It was like a 7 for me. Like,
Zoo Tycoon, trash. Like, this is their launch lineup. This is what people say. This is a better launch lineup than PlayStation, right? Let's look at PlayStation for a second. These are the games. Out of all these games, what you say is good right here. You said Dead Rising, Killer Instinct, right? And Rise, you say?
Dead Rising, Killer Instinct, Rise. Yeah, we're talking. These are like day ones, right?
Yeah, these are
We're not
launch
talking about like
games.
Titanfall.
Nah, yeah, these are launch games that
Okay.
came out for the console.
Okay. Yeah. Out of all those games you named, those 3 games were the only ones that I would consider, good.
Now we go to PlayStation side. Blacklight Retribution, the beta. That was on the launch. Contrast,
Didn't like
Compulsion
Blacklight.
games that people praising Compulsion, but it was bashing this game for PlayStation. DC Universe Online. Dive Kick Flower.
I played that on the PS3.
Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. Remember, this came out exclusive to PlayStation at launch before it came out on Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Playroom, Resogun, Sound Shapes, Super Motherload, Trying to before it came on Xbox, and Warframe before it came on Xbox. These were the launch games for PlayStation. Me personally, I know it sounds very, very biased, but I was playing Killzone, Knack, and Resogun for sure launch day. I know I dived back into DC Universe, and we was playing Blacklight Retribution and Warframe. Subjectively, I personally like PlayStation better launch games. Objectively, I can see why people like Xbox launch games better, because they did review a little bit better. But personally, I felt like PlayStation had a better launch lineup, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely out of all those games you mentioned, I definitely prefer like Killer Instinct and Dead Rising. Um, out of those games, but like I always say, because Zaire is not gonna remember this, but I used to get on Skype calls with him, and they call me Pony and stuff like that, whatever. And I told him I'll get an Xbox One. I was like, yo, I told him I was like, yo, even though Microsoft has a decent launch lineup, after a year or two, PlayStation is gonna take off and Xbox is gonna get dusted. Like I told him that exact same thing. He was like, nah, man, Microsoft, they spent $2 billion in games. They invested a lot, this, that, and third and whatnot. They're gonna buy these third parties. It'll behold, man. 2015 came around, that Bloodborne came around,
Body
and
them.
from there, that shit, boom, got bodied. You know what I mean? Got bodied. What hurt Xbox in the beginning is the fact that they were more expensive, they were weaker, right? They were more expensive because they shoved that Connect in there. They force fed us the Connect, and they had very, very bad press going in with the whole online DRM. Even though they didn't launch with that, they got all that fixed. It was still very bad press, and a lot of people still thought like freaking 2 years afterwards that Xbox was still doing that online DRM, even though they didn't launch with it. So that's what really gave Microsoft a really bad start. But from that bad start, they really couldn't keep up. I mean, and it was crazy because they did better in the start when it comes to games than from mid generation on up. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't keep up at all. They just kept falling on their face over and over again. Meanwhile, Sony kept going higher and higher, producing great quality games, great quality exclusives, having the most third party support, having the most Japanese third party support. So, and they just dusted the competitions. That the numbers show that. The numbers show that. You know what I mean? Xbox is definitely a failure. Some people might not think Xbox failed this generation all because they made money or whatever. But yeah, it is a failure this generation because they sold a lot less than their previous consoles. When you sell less than your previous consoles, then that's a failure.
That's a L. If you really look at it, that's a L. But like I said, Xbox, I don't hate Xbox. I just feel like a lot of things that people say, it's like wrong information. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna
J-Bar, if you don't praise Xbox, then you hate Xbox. According to these guys,
it's more. Yeah, you don't praise it, it's bad. Like people will say that PS Now is trash, right? And I put this up here in the last video that I made here. And here's Xbox here. This is Xbox Game. Well, this is PC Game Pass and what they're offering. You know what I mean? People will say this is trash here that PlayStation's offering Uncharted Lost Legacy, NBA. Well, we're not going to do the PS3 games. Horizon, Uncharted Lost Legacy, NBA, Player Underground, Battlegrounds. This little racing game. I don't know what that is.
Talking about. What are they talking about? What are they talking about when they say PS Now doesn't have great quality games? I don't understand that.
I heard that from that Boomstick dude where he said that Xbox Game Pass offer higher Metacritic games than PS Now, and I'm like, is that really true? What he's saying there, it's not. But just these two alone right here is body. So I don't care if I'm getting this day and date here. These two games to me is better than anything on here on Game Pass. You know what I mean? And like I just don't get it, man. Like I said, Game Pass is a great service. I'm not knocking that. Here's a game that people don't play. Great game that people don't play. Forza Horizon. But they don't play that shit. Gears, good game. Sea of Thieves, trash. Astroneer, trash. Ape Out, trash. Marvel vs. Capcom, that's a good game though. Shadow of War, they got Shadow of War in here. I might load this up. I ain't played this game yet. You know what I mean? Zoo Tycoon, this what you like. Disneyland, this what y'all like. Blair Witch, trash. You got that day one trash. State of Decay, trash. You know what I mean? I don't care what nobody tell. And the thing with PS Now, you get the PS3 games as well that you can play, which you can stream. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. I don't get it how people be so reluctant to not even like talk about this service, but they love all of this service type stuff for these games offer. I have people saying that they would never buy a game because they have Game Pass, right? But you also have PS Now that you can do it monthly, and you have a PlayStation 4, but they don't want to pay for that service. And they
Yeah,
offer
I
good
heard
games.
somebody on Twitter. Okay, it was that you know that Hunter guy on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Okay, he was saying that he was gonna spend $1,000 on the PS5 because he's saying the PS5 costs $500. Then I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna buy some accessories, extra controllers, a couple of games, renew my PlayStation years subscriptions. But he pretty much saying, y'all, he's like, I'm gonna spend upwards to $1,000 on PS5 at lunch. You know what I mean? He would, and some Xbox guy came in and he was like, see, you got to spend all that money with Microsoft. All you got to do is spend $500, right? And then you get a Game Pass and you have 200 games at launch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, yo, you can do that with the PlayStation 5 as well, right? You can
Yeah,
just
more
spend the
games.
PlayStation 5, pay for PS Now, and get freaking what's the number? 700, 800 games at launch.
Yeah.
So it's like you could do the same plus more. And they was like, "What are you talking about?" Blah blah. I'm like, see, that's
Yo,
the thing.
PlayStation Now has more games that you can download to play than Xbox Game Pass. And like I said, I would never knock Xbox Game Pass. I just want to get people on the same like level here as far as what these services offer. Cause I feel like people are much more ignorant to this service here.
Yeah.
But they're so knowledgeable about this one here. So that's the all I'm
because
trying to do.
because Sony is not promoting it as much as like Xbox is promoting Game Pass. Microsoft is promoting Game Pass a lot more than their actual like first party games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Sony is promoting The Last of Us and FF7 remake and Ghost of Tsushima a lot more than they're promoting PS Now. They still promote PS Now, but not on the same level as Microsoft is promoting Game Pass. So then a lot of people just assume that PlayStation Now is a lesser service offering less games, when that's not the truth. PlayStation Now is offering much more games than Game Pass is currently offering.
Yo, there's people right now that they didn't know that PlayStation Now offers new games every month, just like Game Pass. They didn't know that. I listened to the Xbox dude. I forgot what show, one of these Xbox podcasts I listened to, and they didn't know that. It's like, well, Game Pass, they offer you new games every month, and I don't think PlayStation Now does that. And somebody corrected him, was like, oh, they do that. It was crazy. I was just like, yo, these dudes, they just don't know, man. They don't know.
They're highly misinformed. And I don't see that guy that was in here in the chat earlier going to their chat saying, oh, this is just a circle jerk of Microsoft. Because that's a circle jerk. That's a circle jerk. You know what I mean? When they say a whole bunch of misinformed stuff that they don't even know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? At least here, Jay Barry is actually pulling up Game Pass and actually reading you the games that they have. He's not just assuming the games that they have. He's actually showing you the games that they have. Those other guys, they don't do that. They're completely misinformed.
That's my thing. It's like, I don't know how you can praise one of these services while you have the console. You have you have a PS4, you have an Xbox One. You praise Game Pass. You love Game Pass. But you also have a PS4, but you never would try out PS Now. It's crazy. There's a lot of people right now that is saying that they love xCloud, right? But they bash PS Now. Somebody told me on Twitter where they said they had a better experience on xCloud than they did on PS Now, right? So I was confused by that, because I was like, both services are reliant on your internet provider, right? Regardless if you're using on your cell phone through cellular data or through your home Wi-Fi, right? So I'm like, with xCloud right now, if they don't have it on the console where you can hook it up hardwired. PlayStation Now, you can do that hardwired. So you're telling me that right now you are having a better experience off Wi-Fi, right? Wi-Fi, than something that is hooked up hardwired to the console where you can experience it. I find it hard to believe that these guys are having all these issues on PS Now, saying that the game stutters and this and that. The quality is not there. There's people that's telling me right now, Chris, that the quality of Game Pass, PS Now, xCloud, is better than PS Now when they're both same shit. 720p, 60 frames per second. But a lot of people didn't know that because they don't use these services. I've used them. The only cloud service I haven't used was Stadia. I haven't used Stadia yet. But I've used xCloud. I've used these services. You know what I mean? Yo, 1 second, Chris. I just gotta go upstairs real quick.
All right. You'll see what y'all saying in the chat. Resogun was the best launch game. I never played Resogun, but I heard it was pretty good. Killzone is underrated. Never really got big into Killzone. Final Fantasy 7 is on. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I want to talk. Jay Bar was talking about that earlier, but I want to get more. I want to elaborate more on that Final Fantasy 7 remake because it's still crazy to me the amount of misinformed opinions that's going on about this game. The Boomstick pretty much. Yeah, but that Boomstick guy, he's a hater. So I mean, anything he said, he don't know what he's talking about. No, I know Sony is promoting PS Now, Pharaoh. They're just not promoting it like the Xbox is promoting Game Pass. Like the Xbox has put literally Game Pass like on the forefront of like everything. Like that's their like main focus and main concern right now. PS Now is really not Sony's like main. It's one of their main focus, but it's not like you could just tell, man, by just like they're still focusing on like their bigger games to sell at a $60 price more than they are like, having you on a subscription or whatnot. If that makes sense. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but I think you get what I mean. But yeah, man, it's just a lot of misinformed opinions. When people can just Google it, you can just research it. Nobody's saying that Game Pass is bad. It's not bad. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say Game Pass is trash or anything like that. It's just you can't sit here and say that Sony doesn't have an equivalent when they do. They have PS Now, and just like what Jay Barrett was showing you guys, the PlayStation Now has a lot of good quality games that you can stream and download. You know what I mean? So, matter of fact, I'm actually gonna through PlayStation Now, I'm actually going to be able to play, because I haven't played these games before. I'm going to play Gravity Rush 1 and 2. I really want to play those games. I really wanted to play the first one, but I didn't get a Vita. But I definitely want to play Gravity Rush and Gravity Rush 2, and both of those games are on PS Now.
Yeah, both of those are on PS Now. Yeah, my bad, yo. I just had to help my neighbor out real quick.
Nah, I was just reading the chat. I was talking to the chat.
She was out here texting me. Your Boomstick pretty much called PS Now trash because it lacked first party games day one release. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't feel like Game Pass or PlayStation Now should even have these games in there day on release. It definitely gonna. I feel like it's very disrespectful that especially how the structure of Game Pass is now, even with PS Now, that you will offer these games here, because if these guys are always talking about the potential sales and you can get more money doing this, why don't they think that with PlayStation Now and Game Pass? If you have the option there day one of you getting this thing for $1 to $10, to play this game, to get access to this game, that's where people's going to take that option. You know what I mean? If they're interested in it, instead of paying $60 for it. But if you have the option of the $60 that people are anticipating this game to play, you can recoup the money from that. Then it's like, okay, sales is going down a little bit. Then we're going to put the game into the services.
Yeah, that is a smart way to do it. And that's what I think Sony's going to do. You know what I mean? Last of Us 2, ain't no way in hell they're going to put that on PS Now day one, right?
That'd be crazy.
That'd be stupid because that game is potentially right? Well, no, it is. It's their biggest first party title. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Aside from maybe Spider Man, it's the biggest first party title that's coming out for this entire generation.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
The Last of Us
Yeah,
sold a lot. Yo, OBJ, what's good,
yeah,
bro? Yo, Pug, what's good, man?
exactly. So The Last of Us Day One is going to do crazy, crazy amount of numbers, right? Everybody's going to buy it at full price, $60. You know what I mean? So it'll be stupid of them to potentially lose out on that big of a cash grab from the start by putting it on a $10 service where they have to split that entire revenue that they make off of PS Now to a bunch of third parties that they gotta pay to put their games onto PlayStation Now. So Last of Us 2 comes out, first 2 years sells 20 million, right? Then once the sales starts going down, boom, 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 and PS5 is already out, and we're like, okay, guess what? For those of you who didn't get to try out The Last of Us 2, now you can play it on PS Now. That's a smart way to do it, man.
Yeah.
Instead of putting your games day one and potentially, but I get it why Microsoft does it because let's be honest, man. A lot of those games that they've been putting out, then they're not gonna sell a lot. They're not gonna sell a lot within the first week, within the first 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So the only reason why a lot of people will play those games is because it's on Game Pass. You know?
Oh, yeah, bust the myth about console sales don't matter. All of a sudden, Microsoft is going to have the next two console generation that price competitively, even though sales don't matter. Yeah. That yo T Man, you know T Man been watching this channel for the long. I always broke down and told these guys that a lot of these guys will tell you that these companies don't care about console sales. Stop listening to those people. Okay, they're a bunch of idiots. At the end of the day, the console is what's going to get you into, their ecosystem, their platform, right? You're not going to be doing all this R&D. You're not going to be doing all this marketing just to say that, oh, we don't care if this sells or shit like that. There's companies, PlayStation, Xbox, these companies take losses on these consoles. Yes, we know that. But that doesn't negate them saying that we don't care about the actual console sale. That's just idiotic. Yes, does the software sales?
Yeah.
Can you
That's
generate
bullshit.
more money with the software sales? Yeah, because software is cheaper. People gonna buy more software than hardware, regardless. Hardware will sell 100 million, right? Where the software is up to 15 billion. So yes, of course, software is can generate more money, but that's also including games that cost from 99 cents to $60, or even the $100 packages and stuff. Like, you got to include all that there in it. But to say that these companies don't care about these hardware sales, but yeah, you have Microsoft quote unquote coming out with 2 fucking consoles, right?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's why I always say, like, Phil Spencer, man, I like the guy, but he's full of shit.
He's full of shit,
A
man.
lot of times. He's full of shit because you can't come out and say, well, we're not really concerned about the heart. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You're Microsoft. You're a money hungry company. You are concerned about people buying the hardware so you can earn that money so then they can go into your services and spend even more money. So don't even give me that bullshit. That's all like just preemptive damage control, just in case the Xbox Series X doesn't end up selling that very well at launch or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, well, we said we don't really care about. Nah, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, but
Microsoft, they care about consoles.
Microsoft argument is so dumb with these guys. Yo, what's up, Cyber Dragon? What's up, Ice Queen Gaming? It's so dumb because they will say that they don't care about hardware sales, but yet the motherfucker putting out 2 consoles and they want to be priced competitively with their other competitors. You don't care about console sales. Dumb
It's
contradiction.
such messaging, man.
Yeah, dumb
It's such
contradiction.
messaging.
And then they were like, oh, but we care about the ecosystem and the monthly active users. When, how you caring about that? These Xbox guys, they say that the Xbox is caring about that when they don't give out that information to their own investors. It don't make no damn sense, man. You don't make no sense. Then when you bring up, because they say that, PlayStation needs to get where Microsoft is at, where they weren't about the monthly active users or the ecosystem. PlayStation has a bigger ecosystem than Microsoft. I've been saying it from the longest when it comes to PSN and Xbox Live, and people used to bash me all the time. I said PSN house more people than Xbox Live. They had people on PS3, Vita, PS4, housing, and the PlayStation games as well. That was on PC, housing that shit. Where Xbox had the Xbox consoles and on PC. PlayStation active users is higher than Steam's currently. Steam, 103 million people actively using PlayStation on PSN. Steam is like 90 million. Xbox, the last time they updated their active users, like 50 something million. Like,
exactly, T-Man.
And then when you bring that up, they deflect. They're like, oh, you're a pony. You don't know what you're talking about. It's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, they come out with all these types of excuse and damage control, but that's a fact. T-Mango, he said more hardware sold equals more possibilities of active users. Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's exactly what they want. They want you to buy the hardware so that you can subscribe to the services and then keep the money flow coming in.
You don't care about the hardware, so why are you going all out creating all of this? This GPU and this CPU and why are you going so hard?
Chip, this big ass chip and stuff. I can't stand these people on Twitter that have their profile as the silicon chip or whatever it is.
Bridget Gere, what's good, man? Bridget Gadere, what is good, man? William Wilder Beast, what's up, bro? But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
Nah, but like all these people with the silicon chip pictures and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, that goes in the console. That they don't care about. It's stupid, man.
Yeah, that's not on your phone. You can't use that chip on your phone for xCloud. That's only in the console.
They don't care about the console, but they showed it at the Game Awards. To shock everybody. They don't care about the sale. People get excited for it. They don't care. Dumbasses, man. I hate when people say that shit, man. Well, they don't care. What these companies, they don't care about the hardware sales. Yes, they do, motherfucker. Why you think the Wii U got the fuck up out of there? Because the hardware sales didn't meet expectations. Let's go to plan B. We're going to launch a Switch. Now the Switch, they like, yeah, hardware sales is doing great. Dumbasses, man. Stop listening to these motherfuckers, man. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like I said, I'm not saying that software sales is less important. Software, you can generate more money. But if you don't have the fucking hardware, how you gonna get the fucking software?
Yeah, exactly. You need the hardware for the people to buy the software. Because ultimately, the software does become, after you sell the hardware, then the software becomes the most important, because the average, users of these consoles is going to spend much, much more in softwares than what they initially paid. Because you're only going to pay $400 or $500 one time, right? For most people, I know there's people out there that get multiple consoles throughout the generation.
Yeah, for most, you're going to get one console. Yeah, that's true.
You're going to pay one $500 consoles, but throughout the years, right? If you're buying this game and that, you buy just a few games a year, right? That equals up. Maybe you're spending anywhere between $200 to $300 on games a year, right? Some people spend a lot more. I spend a lot more than that. But that's right there. Like, you add up all those other years, you're just literally spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on just the software alone. But in order for you to receive that, you need to sell the hardware first. You need to get the hardware inside a bunch of homes, but then you can generate the thousands and thousands of dollars that people are going to spend on the software.
That's a fact, man. Yo, and before we get up out of here too, I just want to show this, that Little Town Heroes is coming to PS4. And yes, only reason why I'm bringing this up, because this was a Switch exclusive that's coming to PS4, and now they're going to have an easy mode.
Hold up. Wasn't that made from Game Freak?
Yeah, this is Game Freak's game here. And
wow, and it's coming on the PS4.
It looked like NES.
I think Bayonetta 2. I think Bayonetta 2 is about to come to the PS4.
Oh, that shit should come. I bought Bayonetta 1. I never played Bayonetta 1. I love the hell out of Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. So I bought Bayonetta 1, the package with Vanquish. So I'm gonna be on it. This game right here is a horrible game. I'm not even gonna say that this is a good game, but I'm gonna be in this easy mode for this game right here. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's an easy platinum. And I'm just gonna buy this game to show that I'm supporting this shit on the PS4. You know what I mean? It's like this is all scummy, I know, but I just want these Nintendo guys to feel it. Okay. Next, they need to bring that Project Octopath over. Bring that over. Bring that Astro Train over to PS4 as well, so I can get some damn trophies for it.
Ooh, yo, I can. Ooh,
Listen,
I can't
man.
wait, yo.
Bring them
I hope
over.
that game's come over to PS4 because I already know who I'm gonna tag when that game comes over to PS4.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
I
That's
already
a
know who
fact.
I'm getting at.
That Baron gonna
I
get this
already know who
work.
I'm gonna get at.
He gonna get this work.
Baron gonna get the work. That that player essence guy is gonna get that work. You know.
Oh
So
yeah, on Barrett Wallace.
yeah, Baron. Yo, I argue
Yo,
with him all the freaking time, man. That guy, he can't handle opinions very well, man.
yo,
He
Holmes
can't
look
handle
like
opinions.
Barrett Wallace for real, yo. Yeah, these are the new games that's coming
Yeah.
out for PlayStation this week, guys. You got Bayonetta here. I think you can buy this individually too, but buy the package where you get Bayonetta and Vanquish.
Yes.
You get this
Both
VR
of them are
game.
great games. Both of them are great games. People hate on Bayonetta. I don't know why. Bayonetta is actually a really
Yeah,
fun game, man.
I
If you
like
like Devil
Bayonetta.
May Cry games, if you like the, yeah, I like Bayonetta too. Some people hate on the game, but it's definitely a good game. It's a good series, you know. And Vanquish is definitely fire, man. They need to come out with
Yo,
Vanquish
I
too,
was gonna
man.
cop this
They
game right
definitely need to
here.
come.
Hunt Showdown. Is this an online game? Oh, you said
Yeah, I
matchmaking.
think it is. I think it's is you and one other player, and then there's like a group. It's similar to like a battle royale, but it isn't. It's like from what I remember, if this is the same game that I'm thinking about, it's like you and your buddy, right? You get placed in a map, but there's also like a team of like three other people of other players. So there's like three other teams of twos, if I remember correctly, right? So it's like you know, for example, like if it was like you in Persona, then it'll be like two other people, and two other people. But there's also enemies, um, like these monster enemies on the map. And then you have a main goal and objective that you gotta do, but you gotta watch out for the enemies, and then you also gotta watch out for the other players. If I
Okay,
remember,
yeah, cause I was interested in it. I was going to cop it, but when I was looking at the store, I seen like purchase these coins and all that stuff. I was like, hold up, let me fall back. Let me just get the Bayonetta and just keep that moving. I was going to get this game too as well, this Katana Kami game, but I'm gonna wait a little bit here because what I did is that I didn't wait for the update for On the Night in Birth clear. I got the actual, you know, deluxe for On the Night in Birth where I didn't have to get it. I just could have just waited for the update. I already had On the Night in Birth ST, but I got it and I got the new character, so I was like, you know what, I'll wait on this game right here. But this game looks pretty cool. It's top down like samurai type game. But yeah, PlayStation got some
yeah,
shit, man. Vanquish back out for those guys that didn't play Vanquish on PS3 or
yeah, go
360.
play. Yeah, if anything, if you're not into Bayonetta, man, uh, trust me, man, Vanquish is worth it alone. Vanquish is definitely worth it alone. Vanquish is fire, man.
Yeah, Vanquish is it. But yeah, man, Project Octopath, come on down. Astro Chain, come on down. Yeah, come on down, man. We over here in the PlayStation. We don't bite. We're very friendly. Bring them games over here, man, so you can get some support over there, man. Nintendo guys, they don't look like they buying nothing more than, you know, Mario or anything with Mario in it. They buy, but you have something
Yeah,
different,
I think Platinum does want those games because Platinum they want that money, man.
as they should.
They definitely want that money, man.
Platinum wants the money. Yo, Butt Roger was good, man. But yo, we about to get up out of here, guys. Another episode of Speak from the Heart. Definitely appreciate Chris for coming in. Guys, don't be shy to come on in. The Discord is open. It's an open chat. I see you guys all there on Twitter all the time, being very, very opinionated. But when it comes to having an open chat, y'all buckle up. You know what I mean? Don't be scared out here. But yo, Chris, give us your outro, man.
Yo, man. Yeah, man, it was fun. Great discussions. Even though I wanted to come on earlier, but I couldn't when you were talking about that because yo, I still got. Well, we could do that later, but I still got a lot to say about the Final Fantasy VII remake and like the 100 gigs. Um, but we got to do another Final Fantasy VII
Yeah,
podcasts or
I'm
whatever.
actually gonna be doing one tomorrow where I'm gonna be talking about the summons, just to show people. Like Max took my fucking idea. Shout out to Maximilian though, where he did a video showing like all the summons and like see if the pre-order's worth it or not. I will be doing that tomorrow.
Nah, he wasn't the first one though. There's other people that I subscribe that, like Night Sky Prince and Soldier First Class. They do a lot of FF7 content.
Okay,
they were the first ones to do it. But yeah, but Max did it. But yeah, man. If you do it tomorrow, man, after you do the summons breakdown, if I can come on, because I still got a lot to discuss about that. But that'll be cool.
Yeah,
Up to you though. But yeah, man. Everybody, everybody have a good one. Yo, be safe. Stay sanitized. You know what I mean? Keep your hands clean. You don't get no virus. And and everybody be good. You know what I mean? Jesus is king.
Facts.
And Final Fantasy VII is game of the generation. And we out of here.
That's a fact, man. Y'all gotta understand that this is gonna be the game of the year. On Last of Us, I'm very excited for you. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm very excited for you as well. But the greatest game of all time is being remade, and it's looking oh so good. There's no negative news outside of these dudes that haven't been following the game and don't know shit about what's going on with the remake.
But it's like the full game. It's only it's gonna be 6 hours. It's only 1/10 of the game.
Yeah, I seen those tweets. I was like, yo, brother, man. And the funny thing about it, these guys are like, yo, Final Fantasy VII, my favorite game. How is it your favorite game being remade and you don't know shit? That's what I'm saying. How do you? Well, I mean, we can say that for tomorrow, man, because I got a lot to say about that. We can say that for tomorrow. But y'all have a good one, man. Sakura Wars. But Roger, I'm gonna pass on that for now. But I'm gonna holler at y'all guys later. It's your boy Jay Barry. I know a few people are gonna be doing some podcasts later today. I know Ryan is gonna be doing Big Cloud Gaming and the Mooch. Yo, listen to Mooch, man. Mooch is a good podcaster, man. Funny dude. Good host. He favored Xbox, but he's definitely has seen the light. But I think he's a great host and all that. Yo, Final Fantasy 6, the GOAT. Facts. Yeah, I love 6, but I love 4 more than 6, and I love 7 more than 4 and 6. But like I got all them games here on PC, on my phone, on my Vita. Yes, I have. This is great. I don't knock anybody. Yeah, I don't knock anybody who like, because there's people who say that 6 is the best one and they like it better than 7. I don't knock anybody who does that. That's their opinion. Me personally, 7 is the best one, but I can't stand the people who will be like, well, 7 is only considered the best because it was the most mainstream, or 7 definitely put Final Fantasy on the map, and stuff like that, which is all true. But 7 was just an amazing game. My first Final Fantasy was 6 on Super Nintendo. I played that before I played 7. I played 6 before I played 7. But when I played 6, I was like, yeah, I love this game, and I was a little kid then. But when I played 7, it was over. It was a wrap. When I saw those cutscenes, the characters are just better. Story wise, both of them is pretty good story wise. Kefka is an amazing villain. It has the best pacing. Yeah, it has the 7, in my opinion. It has the best pacing when it comes to story than any other video games that I've ever played. You know what I mean? Like straight from the beginning, it grabs you. Straight from the beginning, after you see Aerith and after you see Megor, boom, you're on the train. You hop out the train, you start killing people. You know what I mean? Like as far as pacing, you know what's funny too? Like 7 and Final Fantasy 9, and this is very small. I know people don't really care about this, but I care about like I love video game music. Like 7 open world theme and 9 open world theme is the only ones where I will put the game down, bruh. And I remember as a kid when I used to play 7, I would put the game down and just sit down, just listen to that shit, yo. 9, I did the same thing too, man. I was like, yo, to this day, I at work, like say if I'm stressed out at work, I come back to my office, 7 music, 9 music, the open world theme, just relax, man. Yo, to this day, dog, it's crazy. I still listen to that soundtrack to this day, man. Yo, 9 is an amazing game. I like 9 too. 9 was great. But yeah, we're about to get up out of here though, man. Definitely appreciate everybody coming through. And yeah, guys, like I said, speak from the heart. This is not just about, just me. I know I got the best list on YouTube, but I'd rather hear some of you guys speak as well when it comes to these things. Okay, so join the Discord. Don't be afraid to come in there. It's open chat. I'm cool. It doesn't matter. Just don't come in with no craziness or no crazy background and all that shit. But we're good. All right. I'm about to get up out of here. Boy Jay Bari, my man Chris Righteous in here. We out of here. Deuces.